matter how prepared you go to the ocean, you can never be ready for its unbelievable happenings. From sharks appearing out of nowhere to burning infernos in the middle of the ocean. Overwhelming encounters of beautiful adoption to animals asking for help. Here are some ocean moments in which you'll see the opposite sides of the spectrum of nature. Shark hits boat. These men were enjoying their time boating when they suddenly got hit by an unknown creature. But what could have caused so much force? Was it some kind of a monster? Turns out it was close to one. A great white shark had hit these men. I guess it wanted to remind them that their boat was in its territory. I'm sure they later said, "We need a bigger boat." Naughty dolphin. People think dolphins are friendly, but this video shows the flip side of the coin. Dusty the dolphin was known among many people for interacting with humans in harsh ways. Even here, it was filmed wagging its tail, trying to get the people out of the water and insisting it was for a girl. And then even made sure that she was out of her sight. Luckily, her brave dog was there too. I think Dusty just wanted some personal space, and people should respect it. Shark flips kayaker. You might be wondering, the water seems calm here. Why is this kayaker spinning? Well, it's because there's a bull shark beneath the surface. It had grabbed his fishing rod and decided to show him that he could not get this bull shark. Just as the guy lost balance, the shark got what it planned for. Luckily, it had no intention of making a meal out of him, and he safely swam up to the boat. Tuna heist. Long waiting hours are not the only hurdles you'll face while fishing. There is a chance that your catch will be stolen, and no, not by your fellow fishermen. This guy had put in his blood and sweat to catch a giant tuna, but it was stolen from him in seconds by a great white shark. And there's nothing he could do about it. This is the shark's area. Now tuna is its food. Shark flips over kayaker. It was just another day of kayaking in the open ocean for this man. But little did he know a breathtaking surprise was on its way. A giant shark decided to remind the man that he was in its area. So it went up to say hi. I guess it was too excited and accidentally flipped the kayaker off. Now, this was something he will never forget in his life, and luckily he captured it all on his GoPro. Fighter kayaker. Expert kayaker Mark McCracken showed his top skills when encountering a shark hell-bent on getting him out of its area. He was minding his own business when a hammerhead shark just got offended by something he did and started circling his kayak. It even bumped into it multiple times. Mark then effectively used his paddle to defend himself. Luckily, he managed to walk out of the situation without any mishap. I wonder what was going on in the shark's mind though. Shark's food. This diver showed why you should be vigilant even before you start a dive. She was careful and saw the shark coming in on time, or else she would have jumped straight into the shark's mouth. It definitely missed a nice meal. What a loss for the poor shark. Whale feeding frenzy.
Holy shit! Oh my god, they're running from it! Oh my god!
This is the calm before an epic happening. Many people watch whales breaching all the time, but a man named Brad Rich got lucky enough to witness a whale pod of whales come to the surface for a feeding frenzy. I think he was near a lot of krills. Just as the whales surfaced, the seagulls came in to join the feast. Yeah, I would have too if I saw this many whales this close. Thief shark.
Damn. Did you see that?
Wow, it looks like this fisherman has something big on his line. But unfortunately, he's only going to get half of it. Or none of it? Now that snatch looks like a bit personal to me. I guess it is tired of humans barging into its area. Well, I can't say the shark did something wrong. It was its food in the first place. Close call with whale. Watching whale breaching is fun, but it can get creepy when there's a chance of becoming its food. These kayakers had no idea they were right on top of some whales getting ready for lunch. Just as they breached the surface, the astonished kayakers got away with their lives, only surviving by some inches. If I were there, I would run away from the area immediately. Man dodges swordfish. Here's another group of anglers being put in their place by the ocean. They thought they had caught the ultimate fish and would have a nice meal that day. But that fish was not in the mood to get in the hands of some humans. So it did come to their boat, but with a defensive stance. That man nearly dodged this angry swordfish's wrath. He won't be messing with another one again, for sure. Fight for tuna. Although it might look like it, the shark has no interest in this diver. It is actually after the delicious tuna he just caught. And unlike many who would give up their fish to a shark, this man had the guts to fight for it. I guess he has set his priorities straight. After a long fight, he returned to the boat victorious with his tuna trophy. I wish I were as determined in my life as this guy is about his tuna. Fish snatches woman's phone. If your friend ever tells you a fish stole her phone, believe her, because it is actually possible. These two women were enjoying their boat ride when suddenly a fish came flying and stole one phone. Just look how shocked she is. It happened in seconds. I'm sure they didn't know what had happened until they saw the footage in slow motion. That fish is as fast as lightning. Shark hits canoe. Are these canoes even strong enough to endure those hits? These fishermen were out in the open ocean when they were approached by a bull shark, not in a good way.
Watch out!
Pink dolphin. Spotting a pink dolphin is really rare. This is why if you do spot one, many consider you lucky. This beauty of nature was spotted by a man who could not even contain his happiness after looking at this sight. The dolphin was not alone and was swimming with its friends, which was completely dark gray, making its color appear even more striking. Eye of fire. Now, this looks like the perfect portal to hell, and obviously it is in the middle of the ocean. But this was not some portal or any natural phenomenon. Humans caused it. This burning eye was witnessed in July 2021 when an underwater gas leak in the ocean west of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula caused a whirling vortex of fire burning on the ocean surface. Jellyfish swarm. Have you ever seen thousands of red-belled jellyfish in one place? If you haven't, this is what it looks like. Brody was moving in his boat near the Australian coastline when he came across the magical scene of red-belled jellyfish. Some suggested they had gathered in huge numbers because of a crazy storm. Even though many would sail safely from the area, Brody decided to jump into the water and witness the scene up close. Hats off to you, man! Giant waterspout. Witnessing one waterspout can be a scary sight. But imagine driving through 3 of them. A diver saw multiple waterspouts touching down on the water near the coast of Florida, and instead of getting frightened, he drove right into it. But the experience was worth the chance. Just look how excited he is. It's definitely the adrenaline rush. Thank God everyone on board was safe, as waterspouts are relatively weaker than land tornadoes. Albino humpback whale. That is not some extraterrestrial being. It is Migaloo, the only known albino humpback whale ever spotted on Australia's east coast. It was seen by tourists near the Great Barrier Reef, migrating back to Antarctica, after spending the Southern Hemisphere winter off Port Douglas. stuck between a battle. A paddleboarder was minding his business but unintentionally got caught in a fight between a turtle and a tiger shark. The prey was desperate for help, so it repeatedly tried getting the board between itself and the predator, which was not the best position for the man. It even hit his board, making him fall into the water just to get him out of the way. And once he was out, it swam away, leaving some teeth marks on the board and an epic memory for the man.
Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content.
Kayaker greeted by shark. Here's another reason why I would never go kayaking.
Whoa!
Isaac was catching some fish for his dinner when he was about to become food himself. His catch was so good that it attracted a shark too. And just like any wise person would, he immediately left the fish for the shark and went from terrified to amazingly surprised in seconds. Shark loves jet ski. A jet skier in Australia thought he could mess around with a bull shark, but it decided to show him who's the boss. After ignoring him, it finally lost its cool and took a bite out of his jet ski. This move was enough to show him that if he didn't quit messing around, the next bite could be of him. Octopus inks man. Fishing experiences do not always go as planned, and you'll shortly know why. This couple is screaming with joy and excited about catching an octopus, which, on the other hand, was not so thrilled with the encounter. Just as they leaned in to claim their prize, the catch unleashed a burst of inky retaliation, making them look more like works of abstract art than victorious octopus conquerors. Slapped by fish. This fisherman was having a nice calm ride through the waters, enjoying the fish fly around him, but his moment was really short-lived. The beautiful fish jumping around wanted to have a closer look at the fisherman, so they came a bit too close. Thank God it didn't knock off his hat in the water, or next time another fish could have been wearing it. Orca bumps into dolphin. These people were out fishing in the open sea when they witnessed something totally unexpected. An orca and a dolphin collided mid-air while jumping out of the water. Now, was this intentional just to tease each other, or was it just perfectly timed? What do you think? Whale shark loves snorkeler. Iqbal Nurkarum went on a sightseeing snorkeling trip in the Baru province of East Borno and was happy to see a whale shark. He even kissed it. But when the overwhelmed animal started to show affection, he panicked. It was just trying to return the favor. His playful friends even took advantage of this situation and started giving it food, making the whale shark love Iqbal even more. He'll remember this cute encounter forever. Shark joins fisherman. Fishing from the comfort and safety of your boat sounds like a great idea, but what if a shark decides to join in? Well, this group of friends was greeted very closely by a shark. With adrenaline-fueled teamwork, they managed to get out of its way, and no one became its meal. They'll have a nice story to tell now, and no one would have believed them if they had not filmed it. Whales adopt dolphin. Adoption is a widely acknowledged concept in humans, but in marine animals, this is rare. Such a rare sight was witnessed in the Azorean waters, when some people saw that a pod of sperm whales had adopted a dolphin with a spinal malformation. Many think that the juvenile was abandoned by its family for the disability, and was later taken in by the kind-hearted sperm whales. This video is proof that they are intelligent and sensitive beings. Beluga whale returns phone. This girl lost her phone from the pier when she was capturing the beauty of the ocean, and the ocean returned it just as she tried to accept her loss. A beluga whale came to the surface with her phone in its mouth and returned it. She could not believe it, and her sorrow turned to sheer amazement. It looked so happy to help out a human. Dolphin says hello. These people were enjoying sightseeing dolphins when things took an unexpected turn. One of the dolphins got so excited that it jumped in the boat to say hello. It was an overwhelming moment for both the man and the dolphin, but it was time for it to return to its friends in the water. So everyone on board helped it reunite with them. What a happy ending to an incredible encounter. Seal steals fish.
What? Is he supposed to do that?
Why work hard when you can work smart? This seal figured out that humans put in a lot of effort to catch fish and love the sea pups. So it decided to go to a boat and take some of their fish. As it had been speculated, the people gave it some fish. It got so famous among fishermen that they named it Poncho. Here it is again in action, and this time helps itself to a yummy meal. Now that looks like a good fish. Poncho has a good choice. Glowing dolphins. This looks straight out of a movie. I'm sure I've seen something like this in the Avatar. As beautiful and bizarre as it looks, this is not edited or fake. Although it might look like the dolphins are glowing on their own. They are swimming in the waters of Newport Beach, California, full of bioluminescent microorganisms that produce a chemical reaction every time they are moved or touched, emitting the blue glow. Fisherman saves turtle.
Oh my God!
These fishermen were fishing in the open sea when they witnessed nature's harsh reality. A giant tiger shark was spotted trying to make a meal from a loggerhead turtle. Look how it's struggling for its life. They empathized with the poor turtle and shifted gears, uniting to rescue the battered creature. Although they had gone out for fishing, they turned into heroes for a different cause. None of the turtle's friends are gonna believe this story. Swordfish encounter. Eduardo was working from the diver support vessel when he was approached by an unusual guest, a swordfish. Usually it is dark at these depths, so the fish most probably came to inspect what was happening in its area, and it got excited to see a new addition to the typical fish it sees down there. Its excitement was a bit too much for the diver though. Luckily, both parties were completely unharmed in this rare encounter. Wrong place and timing.
He's gonna swim right into it.
Oh my God.
These people are surfing with a shark just beneath them, and it's surprising how they don't even notice it. This shows how good they are at camouflaging with the water. It shows that the shark did not intend to mingle with the humans and just wanted to reach its destination. This means everything shown in Jaws is not true. I guess they aren't interested in humans after all. Sea lion wants fish.
No.
Remember, we are not the only ones catching fish. Sea lions are there too. These kayakers went out for fishing and were surprised to get robbed by a cute sea lion. Just look at it. I would have given it all the fish it wanted. When the kayakers, on the other hand, did not give it some of the fish, it helped itself to take one from their stash. After trying for some time, it successfully got enough fish for itself and then returned to the ocean. Sinking plane. Although it might look like this is some disastrous scene, it is not. This plane is empty, and no one is in there. It had completed its duty as an aircraft and was simply getting retired. The plane was deliberately sunk into the ocean to create a nice tourist attraction and an artificial reef, which could help enhance the ocean's health. Dolphin playing with dog. This video shows that absolutely anyone can be friends. Both the dog and the dolphins are known to be loving animals. And when they came in contact, this friendship was truly inevitable.
He's having fun. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah, you might.
Both of them were having the best time of their lives. This sight is truly magical and rare. Eagle heist. Okay, so you're not even safe from eagles while fishing.
Oh! That eagle, take the picture.
This man was excited to pull out his great catch when an eagle came in to claim the prize. Just look how confident it is about the catch. The man seems pretty cool with handing the fish to the bird, and he should be. With that attitude, it would fight anyone trying to get his hands on that fish. Naughty Goliath grouper. Now, this Goliath grouper is the real boss. When it saw some divers getting fish off its reef, it knew these humans needed to be taught a lesson, and the Goliath did it strategically. First, it went for the diver's fin so that he could not defend his catch, and then took away the lesser AJ from the spear, showing everyone it was the king of that reef. They better not mess with this thug grouper. Ocean having a blast. Is that happening because of a monster or some alien spacecraft getting ready to come to the surface? What is this sorcery? Well, it turns out we don't need aliens for a bizarre experience. Our planet has some pretty astonishing and beautiful things to offer. This is Mother Nature putting up a show as an underwater volcano, Kavachi, is erupting in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. They must have done something significant to piss off a shark that bad. Maybe it came to reclaim the fish they had captured. Whatever the way, they are lucky to walk out of that. Flying over the ocean. Swimming in the ocean sounds good, but how about flying over it? This kid was having the best time when his father agreed to let him do air tubing. And then it got even better when he started flying. He is always going to remember those 5 seconds of epic memory. Dolphins helping humans. Here's an example of a strong symbiotic bond between fishermen and dolphins. Once a year, schools of mullets migrate to the shore in the coastal town of Lagoana, Brazil, and the fishermen stay there to catch them. But this whole process could only be done so efficiently with the help of dolphins. They gather the mullets in one place, and then signal the fishermen to throw their nets at the right time. The intelligent dolphins call the shots on this shoreline, almost outsmarting the men standing there. Whale crashes on boat. Many people enjoy the mesmerizing sight of a whale breaching, and although it is very captivating, it must be done from a distance. The people on this particular boat got too excited and got very close, so the whale had to tell them to back off. I think this was intentional, as we've got to give them some space. This is why it is advised to stay at least 50 meters away from whale beachings. Hitchhiking seal. Did you know seals also use Uber? It's called See Later. See what I did there? Okay, never mind. A bunch of people witnessed a seal swimming in the ocean, but surprisingly, it was not alone. It had taken a life from a whale. I love how they are bonding and are completely unbothered by each other. Tarpon chase. These people went into the ocean to hunt tarpons and saw one jumping out of the water. It turned out they were not the only ones hunting it. A shark was on the same mission, but the tarpon had no plans of becoming food for anyone, so it took the last resort and jumped on a boat to escape. But after a thrilling chase, it finally gave in to the shark. Thousands of manta rays. A couple was enjoying their time in the ocean when they witnessed a once-in-a-lifetime experience. They saw something flying out of the water, and when they dipped their camera in there, they were awestruck to see thousands of manta rays swarming in one direction. I'm sure this magical sight will stick with them forever. Singing with belugas. This man might sound crazy, but his trick of calling beluga whales is about to work. He went on a trip to Churchill River to look for them. After singing his melodious song for some time, he felt a hit on his kayak and was shocked to see that the belugas had shown up. They started pushing him, almost like asking to play after being called. After singing from a distance, he decided to dive into the water and get closer to the gentle giants. And then the unimaginable happened. They sang back. Killer whale slaps seal. Sea lions must be very careful from humans and killer whales, and this unfortunate one encountered both simultaneously. Some people were boating in Ketchikan, Alaska, when a sea lion approached their boat to take shelter from a killer whale. And just as they moved the boat, the sea lion got in the situation it was running from. The orca tossed it 20 feet into the air. It's almost like it was playing with the poor creature. I hope it ran out of there safe and sound. Person flying over beach. Kite surfing is an adventurous sport, and not many can master it, as it can be unpredictable. And it is easy to get carried away by overestimating oneself. The man in the video seems skilled and courageous for attempting to get this high. Even the onlookers were shocked to see him and filmed out of awe. Luckily, he made it back to the ground, safe and sound. Friendship with an octopus. Justin Hoffman always captured the beautiful side of our natural world, and during his trips, he always wished to come across an octopus and feel its suckers. One day, he got what he wished for. Just as he approached the mesmerizing creature, he took his glove off and let it do its work. As you can see, the curious octopus came right in, grabbed his hand, and soon got too comfortable. No one would have believed this encounter if it was not filmed, as they are mostly shy. Here's another diver who witnessed the curious nature of an octopus a bit too closely. Penguin jumps in boat. A whole group of people embarked on a once-in-a-lifetime whale-watching expedition in the Arctic, and they got to experience more than they bargained for. A penguin was stuck in a desperate race for survival from killer whales in hot pursuit, and then in a heart-stopping moment, it made a daring decision by aiming for a nearby tourist boat. With a graceful leap, it landed on the boat's deck, earning cheers from onlookers. Now that's what I call a graceful escape. MOBULA rays. Take a wild guess. What is this huge floating mass in the vast ocean? Could it be a piece of land waiting to emerge? Or could it be a vast mass of human waste disposed of in the ocean? Well, you will be shocked to know what it is. These are thousands of MOBULA rays migrating from one place to another shot north of San Jose del Cabo. Nature is truly amazing. Seal escapes orcas. Kirk Fraser's whale-watching outing got an extra activity when a frightened seal scrambled onto his boat to escape a pod of orcas on the hunt, and he was kind enough to let it stay there for some time. The seal jumped onto the boat and squeezed between the engines to avoid the jaws of the killer whales that stayed close to the boat to wait for the right moment to catch the delicious meal. Luckily, it had found an effective escape plan. After getting tired of waiting for the pup, the pod decided to leave it alone, and it lived to see another day. Riding on a whale. Watching whales breach is surely amazing, but could you imagine getting lifted from the water by one? Two kayakers were approached by some whales off the coast of Argentina, and they had a surprise ready for them. One of the giant creatures lifted its kayak onto its back and swam with it as if playing with it. This continued for some time, letting them off, disappearing in the vast ocean. Now, that's what I call a close encounter with a whale. Dolphin migration. This is not a sight from a magical imaginary movie. These dolphins were spotted stampeding off the coast of Dana Coast, California. It is believed that at this moment, there were almost 300 common dolphins. The exact reason for this behavior is unknown, but it might be that the dolphins were evading a predator, such as orcas, racing to catch a food source, or meeting up with another pod of dolphins. Affectionate seal. This diver met the most affectionate seal ever. It first tried to hug him and then inspected his entire gear to ensure it worked properly. Once the diver understood what it wanted, he hugged it back. Isn't that a wholesome encounter? Flip side of the ocean. You might have seen several videos of divers swimming in clear water, but what if I told you there's another side to the ocean? Diver Rich Horn went to Bali's famous Indonesian holiday island, and instead of seeing beautiful fish, he saw plastic everywhere. This clip is like a wake-up call to do something about our activities on Earth. This is another scene from Manila Bay. Even the ocean is tired of our plastic, and it is being thrown back to us by nature. Shark experts Jeff Kerr and Andy Cassingram thought it would be okay to go out in a 9-foot-long inflatable boat to mess around with a shark twice that size. But it was not. The shark went straight for the rope and tried to get them all to itself. Looks like it already knew their weak point. But after some time, leave them alone? Did it go away? Absolutely not. It just went to get its friend to help cut the rope. After inspecting that it was not safe to stay in the water, the team decided to get back in the bigger boat. I'm amazed at the bravery of these scientists who risked their lives to contribute to science. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.